So I'm going to explain how I made my first 1K using AI for free and how you could do the same thing. So my name is Brandon, and I've actually been running a content agency for the past 3 years. And I've been integrating AI a lot more over the past month. And over just a little change, I was able to sell my first AI service pretty much very quickly than normal. With that being said, I'm an AI beginner, but not a business beginner. I've been running this business for 3 years now. So if you're watching this and you are a business beginner, I would highly recommend learning at least how to make an offer and how to get leads. And the best way to do this is definitely watching Alex Ramosey's free courses on his website acquisition.com. I think this is the fastest, easiest, and the cheapest way to really get started about building a business, because I will be talking about service-based businesses in this video. And if you're someone with no money and just want to get started as soon as possible to make money online, a service-based business is the best way to go. And yeah, you can make digital products and e-commerce and build up a channel and make content and lead it into money, but that stuff definitely takes a lot more time. But with a service-based business, you can essentially create an offer today and land a client tomorrow, and you'll be making money tomorrow. It's not like content where you make a video and then you have to grow and nurture this audience before you can start building digital products. Again, there are outliers where you can make a digital product right away and you can start selling it to people. Maybe your one video does well, it hits the right audience, and then you can start selling this product. But that definitely takes a lot of upfront skill. You have to know what you're doing. And even then, it still takes a little bit more time before you can actually make some significant money. But I think with service-based business, especially with AI, it's been a lot easier compared to even 3 years ago when I first started. And what I actually did is automate parts in my content process, and I sold that specifically to a new client. And to preface, this new client isn't someone completely a stranger to me. I've been talking with this person and nurturing them, and then sold them on brand strategy for YouTube. They've been wanting to start YouTube for a long time. This didn't know how, so I basically used ChatGPT to build out a brand strategy, align it with their brand and their goals, and sold that service to them. And now I'm implementing it as well. So the quick answer to this video is using AI automation to solve bottlenecks in businesses. It's essentially picking a market, figuring out problems that they have on a day-to-day basis, and then using AI to automate this so you can take it on and free up all of their time so they can focus on the more important stuff in their business. The easiest way that I find, and if you're watching this, you might resonate as well, is through content. The market that I'm working with specifically is with real estate agents. And most realtors use content in their marketing strategy, but they just don't have the time and resources to figure out how to make content. So aside from the actual production, what I sold to this client is brand strategy. And this was used using ChatGPT. If you want to actually learn the exact prompts and how to do this, I have a free Notion guide that explains this, and also a video that I'm going to put somewhere in the corner here that explains exactly how I did that. But I'm also going to go through a few other ways of using AI automation, specifically in content. And you probably know by now, content is a necessity for all online businesses. It's scalable, you can do it one time, and it opens up a lot of opportunities for people like us who are looking ways to make money online, because that is a skill that can be easily learned very quickly now compared to when I first started, especially using AI. So a few other ways aside from brand strategy is content ideation, AI copywriting, thumbnails, video captioning, content scheduling, and analytic reports. There are a lot of other ways, but these ways can essentially be started for free. The whole point of this video is how to start using AI to make money for free. Brand strategy, like I was saying, is learning information of your client's business, their brand, their needs, and their wants, and then putting that all into prompts that you'll put into ChatGPT, essentially make a full overview and brand strategy for that client. That consultation in itself can already be sold for $500 for that time. But what I'm also doing is implementing this. Again, you should already know how to implement this, but with AI and with YouTube, you can figure out how to do that in an evening, in a couple of evenings. So with content ideation, you could use something like Feedly. Feedly is a service that grabs newsletters and articles and puts them into a feed that is easier to read. And what you could do with that is get market news and trends, put them all into Feedly, put them all into a list, and you can use something like Zapier to connect it to ChatGPT and essentially summarize all of these and have all these new potential topics and ideas for this client of yours to make content on. Another idea is AI copywriting. This one I've also been integrating as well with most of my clients. That's getting transcripts through videos of your client, putting them into ChatGPT to make SEO-focused captions, and also turning them into blogs, articles, newsletters. There's a lot of information on that, and something that I've been doing a lot more. Pretty easy if you know how to use ChatGPT. Another idea is thumbnails. You can grab the transcription of that video and then ask it to make a high converting thumbnail. and then use something like Canva where you just follow the details of that and then make a thumbnail for that client. That also takes a bit of an eye of thumbnails. But if you're someone who's watching YouTube and who's clicked on this video, you definitely know what a good thumbnail looks like. Another one is video captioning or video editing, which you can use something like CapCut to just grab someone's video, caption it on there. And CapCut is so easy now to edit videos, way easier than it was before when I started. I had to learn Adobe Premiere Pro, and it was kind of complex at the time. But if I was starting out right now, CapCut is fantastic. Drag and drop, very easy, has a lot of templates. So that's one service as well. Content scheduling, you can use something like Buffer to schedule content. That is only free for the first, I think, 10 posts every month. Buffer, I know there is like, I think it's 20 or $30. Like all these schedulers have some kind of free plan, which you could start out with. And when you actually get a client that pays you, you can use that money that they pay to essentially pay for the scheduling tool. And then analytic reports, you can use something like Looker Studio, which is free. You can generate a lot of very comprehensive reports, and you can just grab the analytics from your clients' social media pages, social media accounts, input all of that data into Looker Studio, and it can just make all of these analytic reports for you. But the real money is actually stacking these services together to make a full-on package. If you take 3 to 5 of these services and package them all together to essentially provide a content management service to clients, that is where you can make a lot more money. And it's essentially what I'm already doing right now. I've been in a video content agency for 3 years, but we haven't really used AI. And I've been integrating AI a lot more over this past month, and I've already seen some success with it. So what I will be doing is adding it a lot more to most of my clients and more clients in the future. But I do believe that's going to bring a lot more revenue this year just by making that change. And the thing is, with all of these that I just explained, you're going to have to learn how to prompt. That's probably the biggest skill or the main skill that you have to learn first before you can really generate these effectively. I actually made a free Notion guide in the description that talks about what I think is the easiest way to prompt after doing research on a bunch of ways to prompt. And I've actually included 10 prompts in there that I've been using over the past month in my business and life. And some of those include brand strategy, thumbnail design. A few of these are in there as well. So go ahead and check that out. If you have a business already and you're not already using AI, you're definitely losing money on the table because there's going to be more people who aren't going to be using it. And for some people, it's just too technical or just takes too much time when in reality, it actually doesn't. And we already know that AI isn't going to go away. This isn't like NFTs. The faster that you get on this, the bigger the opportunity you have until it becomes way easier that everyone is going to have to use it. And it's going to come to a point where people are going to use it without even knowing that they're using it. But if you're someone who doesn't have a business just yet, again, I would highly recommend going through Offers and Leads by Alex Ramosi on acquisition.com. That is so much value right there for free. I would highly recommend that. And then you can go ahead and implement some of these because essentially what you're doing with a service-based business is creating the offer and then getting leads. Just because you make this doesn't mean you're automatically going to get clients. You're going to have to get leads. So I'm also going to make a video on leads as well in the future of how I've been using AI to build out my cold email strategy, which I'm currently using right now. I haven't made that yet because I'm still using it and I want to give you guys results when I actually do make that video. But if you're interested on that, go ahead, click subscribe. I will be doing that in the future. If you have any feedback, questions, or want to talk about just AI in general, I'm still learning this. Leave them in the comments and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.